Hello and welcome. This is Raven Evler coming to you live from Largo, Florida, inside his office. And while we're having to stay at home and not go out in public, I decided to do some research on my own and found that stem cells and the area of focus on, of course, the California Institute for Regenerative Medicine spent $3 billion in public funds to do research on stem cells. As they indicated, that is still very much in effect, called Proposition 71 in California. And of course, of interest is how the area that's focused is the pluripotent stem cells, which have largely eliminated the need to generate embryonic stem cells as modern areas for doing research. However, as a group, we have the X39 patch that targets the tripeptide called HGK-CU. CU is the abbreviation for copper. And rather than focusing on the area that is in question for this biopolitical platform, we already have something that works. And if it works, don't try to fix it. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Well, needless to say, I'm not going to go over Proposition 71, even though it's a political platform. I'm not going to look at that. I'm not into politics. What I am is in research development. And so I have the journal article that actually is considered to many the area that needs to be discussed about and in more detail so that people have an understanding. I'm not a biological researcher, I'm more of a psychological researcher, but I think this has import when you look at the human peptide GHK, also called glycyl L, histidyl L, lysine, as a multiple biological action. And it stimulates blood vessel and nerve outgrowth, increases collagen, elastin, and glycosaminoglycan synthesis, as well as supports the function of dermal fibroblasts. GHK's ability to improve tissue repair has been demonstrated for skin, lung, connective tissue, bony tissue, liver, and stomach lining. GHQ has been found to possess powerful cell protective actions, such as multiple anti-cancer activities and anti-inflammatory actions, lung protection, and restoration of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease fibroblasts, suppression of molecules thought to accelerate the diseases of aging. That's right, aging is a disease, such as NFKB, anti-anxiety, anti-pain, and anti-aggression activities, DNA repair and activation of cell cleansing via, oh, my computer just changed on me. 1 second, let me go back to that screen. And let's see, via proteasome system. Recent genetic data may explain such diverse protection and healing actions of one molecule, revealing multiple biochemical pathways regulated by GHK. Interesting. That study, by the way, was reported by the National Institutes of Health, NIH, which is also on pubmed.gov, made public to individuals who desire to do research. But this is what the study concluded. The human copper binding peptide, GHK-CU, also known as glycyl L, histidyl L lysine, tongue twister, is a small naturally occurring tripeptide present in human plasma that can be released from tissue in case of an injury since its discovery in 1973. GHK-CU established itself as a powerful protective and regenerative ingredient, which is currently widely used in skin and hair products. This is updated in this research article where GHK-CU is able to tighten loose skin and reverse thinning of aged skin. Smooth, rough skin, in other words. Repair, improve skin firmness, elasticity, and clarity. Reduce fine lines, depths of wrinkles, and improve structure of aged skin. Reduce photo damage, mottled hyperpigmentation, skin spots, and lesions. Improve overall skin appearance, stimulate wound healing, protein, and protect skin cells from ultraviolet radiation, reduce inflammation and free radical damage, increase hair growth and thickness, enlarge hair follicle size. The present paper reviews protective and regenerative actions of the GHK-CU peptide in human skin and reported new gene data revealing possible mechanisms behind the biological action. And rather than read that, I have the transcription that you can send away for that I can give to you for free so that you can have that for your records. When people ask you what are the results of the patch and how GHK-CU, of course, is the target where the patch uses electromagnetic frequency that is stimulated through the crystal that's embedded on the patch. And that is very important because as I go down and look at the different articles that made this possible, there is one area that I want to reiterate that says GHK-CU is amenable to electron transfer. And I'm looking for that right now, if I can find it. If not, I will yellow that. I'll highlight it with yellow so that you have that for your record, if you so desire. It's not required, but it's always good to be forearmed and forewarned as far as when individuals ask you, what can this patch do? And this is supported by scientific research. So I believe wholeheartedly in the patch. And by the way, I've noticed in the color of my urination, which as indicated, GHK-CU is a derivative of urine or saliva. When I eat foods high in carbohydrates and or sugar, basically the same thing, it's a dark yellow. After putting on the patch for 12 hours, it was a very, very light yellow, which indicates to me that I, at the same time, was regenerating the internal operations of my body while wearing the patch. And I just did that on the second day. I want to find that where it has that electron transfer, but unfortunately, I should have highlighted that while going through this. So it's very difficult. So you can do your due diligence and look for that. Let's see if maybe it's towards the end. Um, but you can see the different tables with the positive results more so than the negative results. So that indicates to me the cumulative effect of the patch. And you know, my background of 20 years in mental health, I was always very much interested in anti-anxiety, anti-pain, and anti-aggression, which of course became very important in psychiatric patients. However, this study alone focused on that, but in animal models. But mice are similar to humans. And in fact, here is something that might have some emphasis. Psychological stress is an adaptive response that can be deleterious under certain conditions. Stress and anxiety delay epidermal barrier recovery, impair skin immune function, increase inflammation, and oxidative stress. As you know, oxidative stress is a precursor to all diseases. It causes activation of the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis, which is the mechanism by which health and wellness can become more uh, exemplary, specific as a sympathetic nervous systemic operation. Skin is affected by molecules that are released during stress, such as neuropeptides, hormones, and cytokines. And this makes GHK-CU an analgesic and has anxiolytic effects, which is important in skin-related conditions such as psoriasis and atopic dermatitis. So chronic stress impedes wound healing, and effective recovery from plastic surgery and other invasive cosmetic procedures are facilitated by GHK. The molecule evolves as a first response to an injury, and as such, it's not surprising that it possesses analgesic and anxiolytic effects. Lowering the level of stress-related hormones and cytokines could help animals as well as humans in reducing inflammation and increasing the chance of surviving an injury. So that has a lot of significance in itself. But for other areas, of course, you have GHK formulation and delivery, and some, because GHK is safe and very inexpensive, it can be incorporated into formulas such as sunscreens and daytime creams and serums, as well as anti-wrinkle formulations. And of course, it really is beneficial for wound healing. It's recommended after plastic surgery, chemical peels, dermabrasion, laser treatment, and on and on. It will be very useful in clinical settings and in assisted living senior facilities as a wound dressing, especially for diabetic and ischemic wounds, open bed sores. So I think when you look at what it can do and what it has done, that this is the future of health and wellness, because copper is required for iron metabolism. It can be converted from oxidized Cu2 to reduced Cu1. It functions as an essential cofactor in a multitude of biochemical reactions involving electron transfer. I found the passage where the patch uses that mode of transmission to activate biochemical reactions that are normal and natural in the human body. And that is the targeted GHK-CU Tripeptide. This is Raymond Ebler coming you live from Largo, Florida, inside his office. Make it a great day.